And it was the turn today of the government to defend the legality of the Priority Development Assistance Fund, or pork barrel, before the Supreme Court. Solicitor General Francis Jardeleza appeared before the magistrates, appealing to the High Tribunal to partially lift the TRO on the remaining tranche of the PDAF for this year. He stressed that the fund is needed for the scholars and sick beneficiaries. More on today's Supreme Court oral arguments from Ramirez.
The Supreme Court has resumed the oral arguments questioning the constitutionality of the Priority Development Assistance Fund, or PDAF, and a clause in the Presidential Decree 910 which gives some sort of discretion to the President on how to use the Malampaya Fund. Solicitor General Francis Jardeleza and Attorney Rowena Candiz Ruiz argued for the respondents, namely Executive Secretary Paquito Ochoa Jr., Senate President Franklin Drilon, House Speaker Feliciano Budget Secretary Florencio Abad, and others. The discussion centered on the argument that by giving a legislator the power to realign and release funds, it breaches the part of the Constitution which separates the power of the three branches of government. Jardeleza cited some Supreme Court rulings which states that if the proposal is recommendatory, meaning still subject for the President's approval, therefore it can be allowed. Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio agreed, but he zeroed in on questioning the constitutionality of the 2013 General Appropriations Act Special Provisions 4 and 5 clause, which states that budget realignment shall be favorably endorsed by the House Committee. He added that this addition makes the concurrence or agreement of lawmakers and congressional committees in realigning and releasing funds a mandatory requirement rather than recommendatory. But Jardeleza persists that the role of the legislator remains to still be directory or recommendatory. Jardeleza, during his presentation, has appealed to the Supreme Court to let the other political branches of the government to resolve the issue. Jardeleza stressed that political reforms have been done and are being undertaken. Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno added that the court has to take the necessary steps to deter this act that has been going on for years now.
It only highlights to us that there are many constitutional issues we have to confront. Is it not therefore wiser for us to come up with a full decision on this matter, so we could clarify, special provision by special provision, the constitutional problems that will be faced if such reappear in another form, in one part of the budget, or in a special appropriation law, or even in a special statute governing the implementing agencies.
The Supreme Court has decided to end the PDAF oral arguments. Chief Justice Sereno also ordered for the submission of memoranda of both parties by October 17 and states that the court intends to resolve the issue by November. Reporting for the People's Television, Ramirez.